It's time for our MacBook Pro 2020 review. Yes, the new 2020 MacBook Pro 13-inch finally ditches Apple's crappy butterfly keyboard, resulting in a typing experience you'll actually like. You'll also like the performance of this MacBook Pro, which offers swift speeds from its available 10th gen Intel processors and faster RAM. And there's double the storage across the board to better justify the Apple tax. But starting at $1299, is the new MacBook Pro right for you? Here's the pros and cons. The new MacBook Pro looks a lot like the old MacBook Pro, and that's good and bad. On the plus side, the aluminum unibody design feels solid. The lid is as easy to open as ever with one hand, and the comically large touchpad remains among the best in the business. However, the chunky bezels around the screen now look dated compared to not only the Dell XPS 13, but Apple's own 16-inch MacBook Pro. I don't have any complaints about the screen itself though. This 13-inch 2560 by 1600 pixel panel is bright and vibrant. When watching the trailer for The Boys 2, I could make out individual streaks of blood on Homelander's forehead. At 485 nits, the MacBook Pro screen literally outshines most of the competition. I just wish there was a 4K option. The best upgrade in the MacBook Pro 2020 is the Magic Keyboard. The scissor mechanism delivers a decent 1mm of travel, along with a pillowy softness to each keystroke. Typing on the old MacBook Pro after this felt like using a rock. I turned in a slightly faster score on the new MacBook Pro with less errors, but it's really about ports. The entry-level configuration of the MacBook Pro has just 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, while the $1799 model gives you 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports. If you want an SD card or a full-size USB-A port, look elsewhere. I tested out the $1799 MacBook Pro 13-inch, which pairs Intel's latest 10th generation Core i5 chip with faster RAM, running at 3,733 MHz. Overall, I found the 13-inch MacBook Pro snappy, whether I was streaming video with dozens of tabs open or editing photos in Pixelmator. I didn't experience any lag when multitasking on this machine. On Geekbench 5, which measures overall performance, the MacBook Pro scored 4,399, which beats the Core i7-powered HP Spectre X360, but falls behind the Dell XPS 13. But the MacBook Pro turned in a faster time on our video editing test, taking 12 minutes and 43 seconds to transcode a 4K video to 1080p. That's nearly 3 minutes faster than Dell's laptop. You're not going to be playing demanding games on this MacBook Pro 2020, but its Intel Iris graphics have plenty of oomph for playing Apple Arcade titles like Rayman Mini and Sayonara Wild Hearts. The action translates well to the big screen here, even if the keyboard controls aren't as fun as a touchscreen. The MacBook Pro 2020 definitely has some staying power. On our web surfing battery test, on 150 nits of screen brightness, this laptop lasted 10 hours and 21 minutes. So you should be able to get through a lot of your workday without having to plug in. By comparison, the Dell XPS 13 lasted for 8 hours and 14 minutes with its 4K display, but a longer 12 hours and 39 minutes with a 1080p panel. Overall, the MacBook Pro 2020 is a laptop I would buy for myself, despite the steep price. It offers more power than the MacBook Air, along with a great keyboard, but the $1299 starting price is misleading. The $1799 model is the one that's really worth the splurge, because it combines that great Magic Keyboard with 10th gen power, giving you enough specs to spare for years to come. Other Windows laptops offer sleeker designs and just as much, if not more speed. But if you prefer macOS, the new MacBook Pro 2020 is totally worth it. For Tom's Guide, this is Mark Spoonhour.